Hey, beat talk. Beat talk with Boots Green.
What's up, y'all? We back in this bitch. You know who it is, Boots Green, baby. We're here with Beat Talk with Boots Green. Episode, whatever this one is, who knows? But I'm grateful to be here. I got a special, crazy guest today with me. He's done a lot of production for people. He does beats on hand. He doesn't have he does not worried about all the theatrics of stuff. He just has his suitcase, you know what I'm saying, in his brain, you know what I'm saying? Everybody please give a crazy applause for my brother from another mother, Evo!
Yo, what's goody? What's goody, man? Thanks for having me on.
What's up, bro?
Appreciate you.
Evo Jackson. Yo, first of all, it's an honor to have you here, bro. Just being real, man. I know we met, last year, I think, right?
Yeah, here, I think.
Yeah, last year, right in Breed Studios, plug, you know. But I remember when we first met, you were doing what was it? I think it was a session with you were bringing in different producers and beat makers and drummers and all that.
Yeah, the Evo sessions.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that about, if you don't mind?
So basically, it was just giving opportunities to upcoming producers, songwriters, musicians. Everyone in this industry is kind of like, how do I be in the room with this guy and this guy? How do I get my beats to, this certain artist, whatever.
Right.
So being, in the industry and having certain ties with certain labels and A&Rs, they would basically just send me a list. Such and such was sending me, I need beats for Kalani, Bieber, or whatever. Everyone's looking for beats or whatever. So what I was doing was getting people in a room and just pretty much saying hey, this is what the list is. Okay. You guys can work on these vibes, and you guys can work on these vibes, and then at the end, everything comes back to me, and then I kind of overlook everything and kind of add my touch to it.
That's dope.
And then after that, I would just submit those packs.
That's dope, yo. That's dope. You're a great human for that one. Because there's so many people out here that do not give a poop about, you know what I'm saying, other upcoming, producers and beat makers. And I think for you to do that, especially in Philly too, I think that's a great, characteristic about you. Because like I said, man, one, people aren't really worried about the next person as much as everybody really think. And for you to do that, that's a genuine hearted, you know what I'm saying, gesture. And I thank you personally, because I remember when I came in, you was just like, you want to get on? And I was like, what? Now? All right, let's go.
I was actually born in Sicily. Yeah.
Italy?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so I came here at a very young age. Didn't speak the language. Pretty much came here on vacation.
Wow.
I'm still on vacation.
So wait, you really came here like an immigrant?
Yeah.
You didn't speak no English? Now you saying, you know what I mean, and John and That's crazy. You see how Philly come through, boy. That's dope though. So how long you been in the States?
Since 92. When you, I don't know if you can relate, but me not being able to speak the language, it's kind of you get put in this bubble of I don't belong here.
Wow.
You go to school, you can't I can read and speak, but in Italian.
Yeah.
So you put a book in front of my hands, I'm like,
Right.
I don't understand anything. People are talking, I don't understand anything. So I got a drum set, I remember that Christmas, and that's what kind of started my music, flow of music, you know what I mean? So I got a drum set, and basically that was my friend.
Okay.
Music became my language, you know what I mean? So I started basically going down to the basement and playing. Then my uncle, he played guitar and bass. So I remember that following year, I think it was my birthday next year, he got me a guitar, an acoustic guitar.
Cool.
So my dad was like, if you want to play the guitar, don't give up the drums, just because you have the guitar. So I kind of did both. Then eventually I got a piano, and I started really kind of keeping everything always. I didn't give up the guitar because I have drums or this.
Right.
Again, if I wasn't in the States, I'd probably be working a regular 9 to 5 somewhere in Italy.
Wow.
Never even thinking hey, I might have some kind of musical talent. Like I would never even attempt to get on a drum set or guitar, right?
Really embracing those things from, all right, I don't know what everybody's saying out here, but this is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's dope that you picked your language, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and being music, and it's dope because people, I'm learning this more and more, how like a lot of artists and producers, they, especially like people who are like from overseas, they come over here and they really gravitate towards music. And it's funny because over here, when we go overseas, well, mainly musicians, when we go overseas, we love the music.
Right.
Especially like, you know, DJs and the way that they have their musical events over there. Because it's like a different level of love for music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can see that when you go to the concerts. Like, for real,
definitely.
for real. You see the lines, you see the craziness. Like, so it's just, to me, it's dope that you came from Sicily on some like, you know what? I don't really know what's going on over here, but I'm comfortable with this MP right here. I'm comfortable with this guitar, drum, and this piano. Like, that to me shows the growth as far as a Sicilian,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, coming overseas to the States, and also showing other people that this can really be done though.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, that's amazing to me, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
hats off to that. Like, what made you take the music serious? Like, when you started learning all these things, what made you get into the MP? What made you just like, you said, F it, I'm going out.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like growing up again, like once I discovered what music was, if I do this and this, I can start like making music. You know what I mean? So before I even touched an MP or even started recording myself, it was more just, all I knew was music was, you go in the basement and you do this until your arms hurt and you're done. You know what I mean? So I remember my mom was like cooking dinner and I discovered on TV, you know, Michael Jackson. And I'm like, what is this?
Right.
You know what I mean? And not that like I was more into like, I want to dance like him or anything. It was just more seeing him on stage, you know, people fainting, all this crazy shit, you know what I mean? And
that was...
And I'm just like,
thanks.
yo, like, who is this guy? And P came later when, I remember it was the summer when Through the Wire came out. And
Yeezy.
yeah, so I remember like me and my family always be at the pool and I would hear Through the Wire. And I'm like, what is that song? Like
the original.
All I knew, well, no, the Ye version.
Okay.
And I finally discovered like sampling. You mean? Well, what is sampling? What is this? So that
was your first time basically encountering with a sample?
Yeah, so hearing Through the Wire is what made me want to be a music producer.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So Michael was just more like, I want to give the feeling he's giving through music. Yeah. That's what I want. I want to accomplish that. But then when I discovered, you know, Kanye West and, you know, all that, I was like, oh, drum machines. What is that? Right. How do I get one? What is sampling? Like, how do I do this? You know what I mean? So I started, you know, getting into sampling. And I had the old school monitor. Remember the old school computer monitors? Like the real boxy ones?
Yes.
You know, Pro Tools.
Back.
Yeah. I still got Pro Tools at my crib. Pro Tools on a floppy.
On a floppy?
Yeah.
Half y'all probably even know what a floppy is. Y'all probably think you're talking about the NBA when cats be flop in. That's crazy.
Yeah, I still have it in my closet. And but yeah, you know, and then I had the Casio. And I forget what model it was, but you couldn't loop.
Oh yeah.
So if I wanted to play hi-hats for 3 minutes, I had to play them.
Live.
And halfway through, my mom would be like, dinner's ready. I'm like, Mom!
Mom!
Start over. You know
That's
what I mean?
funny.
So, but yeah, that stuff made me like kind of get into production.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Kind of figuring out how to put sounds together and such.
What does MPC stand for?
Music.
Production.
Collection. It's Music Production Center.
There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, Akai. I'm sorry.
We still love you guys. Trust me. Don't worry about that.
Like even some young guys, when I bring to the studio, I'm like, yo, what is that? Is that the new machine? Like so these young kids don't know. You know what?
The new machine.
Yeah, what is that? Is that the new MPCX?
Shut up. X.
You know, how do you get sounds in here? I'm like, you know, it's a memory card, and how much memory you got? I'm like 32 megabytes.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I mean, I mess around with like Ableton, Fruit Loops, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But everything I do is in here.
Okay.
So I have all my keyboards going into this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got, and then this hits the console. So basically, I'll dirty up the drums, EQ all the drums, whatever. And all Pro Tools is for is just a track in, and that's it.
Gotcha. You just record in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of the mix is already done.
In there.
In here, because it has a mix window and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some effects EQs, but really I don't really use them.
Mm-hmm.
I use everything on the board.
Gotcha.
You mean, so, and with analog, you can push signal harder. Like I hit the red all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Most hip hop hits the red.
and a lot of engineers hate me for that.
Of course.
Oh man, my meter's stuck on red.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but is it clipping? Is it distorting the speaker? No.
Yeah.
Then you're good.
And how about this? You can turn it down when you send it off the master. You can turn the gain down then. For now, I want to hear this smacking like this, and that's always the thing with the producer and the engineer.
Right.
It's like they be looking at V's so heavy that it's like, yo, it feels good.
Right.
Shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, definitely. You gotta trust your ears. You mean, so that's why I can get my mixes louder by making sure my meters are all right. So all that stuff right there, I actually read all that and pay attention to that. If you're a producer, you should be able to go in the studio and say, yo, cut that 50 hertz, 80 hertz. Yo, tell the engineer what you're doing. You can't tell him like, yo, just turn that knob. I'll tell you when to stop. I haven't really had like too much any crazy like stories with engineers as far as like, you know, horror stories like that. But last year, that's probably like the only thing is like, you know, like don't ever touch my drum. Don't ever touch my drum.
Don't ever do that. Can you set up a little sample or something over there for us and show us what you do on that? Because I've seen it. How do we make this work?
So, I mean, I always say like a job of producer is to capture the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was never like really a fan. I mean, I do it, but because I have to. But I was never a fan of like, oh, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of beats at my crib and then just send them to the artist.
Right,
you know,
right.
I want to be there with the artist and capture a moment. You know, capture a vibe. That's I feel like the most important thing. So, with the MP, you know, I use this more as an instrument. So I try and look at it like every pad for me, it's just a drum.
Okay.
You mean like just like you have your your kick, your snare, your toms.
Right.
Yours are laid out like this. Mine are laid out like
Right.
that. Yeah. So basically, I do my my hi hats different velocities just to give it more of a humanized feel.
Mm-hmm.
I have my toms.
It's like the Jones. It's like toms without the bottom. I don't know if you ever heard the difference of like toms when they have the bottom head
Oh yeah,
and they don't have the bottom. Like 70s, like 70s and 60s music. A lot
Right.
of drums sound like that.
yeah.
Like that dirty. Whew.
And these actually was it sounded like that.
That's where it was at first.
Yeah,
Okay.
so what I do is I do +2, -2, -8. But it's all the same tom.
Yeah.
You know, I just kind of change it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got my my rides.
Yep.
I make sure
Riding the bell.
yeah, you gotta have the bell and the ride. And I got my crash. And then over here I just have just my snares,
That's crazy.
open hats. This one sample which was originally that was the original sample, and then I brought that down. I love slowing samples down. That's like my little thing. So I brought it down -10. Now with this machine, you can drop things real heavy, and it just sounds crispier. Like I know like Pro Tools, if you lower things, it gets real wobbly.
Yeah.
But there's like
The warp is clean.
yeah.
It's a clean warp.
I mean, so then from there, I started playing around with drums. Now, I just kind of like paint ideas. I might mess up. I just kind of just try and catch a vibe.
Mhm.
I don't try and like
Solo.
make anything. I don't try and make anything perfect. Where I feel a lot of guys like once they mess up, they delete it. Like I just keep going. I mean, at the end, I'll start tweaking stuff. I'm just trying to get ideas out.
Yeah, that's
so I know a lot of guys will kind of make the beats where they kind of do the hi-hats first, and then they.
Right.
But me being a drummer, I want to. I mean, I want to be able to play them live. So now, I'll play a sample. And I'm just gonna kind of vibe out as if I'm just, putting headset on, just playing my drums. So I kind of like, and I would record that in there. So the beat would be done.
Okay.
Compared to like playing my hi-hats, my snare separate.
Right.
On this one, I have another sample.
Just walk out of the rig, whatever they call. So can you like a quick record, like record something quick and show me how you would make a quick, just a quick something.
All right. Yeah. So
like if you record something and edit it.
And then let me see, which one is this?
Oh, look at that! Look at this. That's the floppy.
No, that's the memory card reader.
Memory card is like a mini floppy. Call it a mobby. They don't even know what that is, to be honest. I bet you half y'all probably didn't even see this before. I already know it. Half y'all probably have never seen this, and it's okay. But guess what? You're gonna learn today about these flops.
So if we do something like that.
Boy, you about to have me West Coast out this joint. Don't kill me, y'all. I ain't a part of it. That 808. God.
And with that, what I would do is I would lower the bit rate.
Bro, you know this board crazy. Woo! What? Hey!
You get more like that yay feel. You know what I mean? I mean, this is like my hip hop baby. I mean, so like, I did all Spado's album on this.
Dope.
I know, like with the Chris Brown, I actually didn't use the MP. That was just more of a live instrumentation. So that was the guitar.
That's when that comes into play.
Yeah.
Thanks, Uncle and Pop.
Yeah. So, but I've been sending stuff out to Ross. You mean, and then some other projects that kind of like keeping the low and not talking about. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, I made a lot of stuff. I did stuff with like Ab Liva.
Yeah.
You mean I did,
yeah.
Stuff on that. Honestly, there's a lot of like hip hop stuff. You know what I mean? But that's kind of like what my style is. Like I ain't gonna make no like dance music on this. I mean, you probably can, but this is more like straight 4/8 bar loop type shit.
Yeah, boom bap shit.
Yeah.
No games, the boom bap.
So,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I did actually one joint on this a couple years ago, and Rihanna was about to cut to it. That's when she did Anti album. And
Hey, Riri.
yeah. So, but then they ended up scrapping the whole album and like restarting over. So then they're like, if you want to submit more shit, you can submit more stuff.
No, keep the one I gave y'all because you liked it.
So that was
Like, real talk, E, I thank you so much from my heart, man, from all pieces of my heart, for taking your time out to come out here and really show people about the MP. Give us your life, you know what I'm saying, from Sicily to Philly, you know what I'm saying? This is, to me, science, you know what I'm saying, because you're forcing yourself to really think, opposed to like, oh, we good.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to use your mind and your brain and your musicality.
I was in a studio with, what was it, last year I think, with Spank. And I had this out.
Good old George.
And he's like, yo, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We left the session, I think like
You made him get one.
a couple weeks later, he said, yo, he's like, I got an MP.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the MPC live.
Yeah.
But after seeing that, him being a drummer and seeing like, y'all can literally just hit record and just play that shit, he's like, and now he's making beats in the MP.
If you could tell the world, man, where to find you at as far as just, you know, social medias and everything, that would be great, because I'm a re-post it all this again.
Yeah, honestly, just, I mean, as bad as it sounds, just Instagram. It's IG, is Evo Producer. I don't really fuck with Twitter. Facebook got hacked, so I'm done with that. I don't be doing no TikTok, none of those weird dances and shit.
And what was the record you got with Chris? So they can check that out.
Oh, Come Together, featuring her.
I'm sorry, I wasn't checking.
Yeah.
But no, like, please check the record out, man. Y'all go check the record out. Hit up Evo. He's a great, humble dude. He takes questions with no problem. So, like, don't feel like you can't reach out to him because he got plaques and shit. Like, he's a regular dude from Sicily. He just started learning English two days ago. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just reach out to him because he's human just like you are. But, bro, from my heart again, thank you so much. We're going to have you again because I want to have another producer that makes beats the same way. And I think it would be a dope, like, positive battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think it would be a dope thing to have y'all two together side by side.
Yeah, dope.
From scratch. You know what I'm saying?
And if you guys need Pro Tools, classes, MPC, I'd be doing that shit through Zoom. So if you need that, hit me up. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
There you go. Beat Talk with Boot Screen. I love you guys, love you ladies, love you kids. We'll be back next Sunday as usual.
Peace.
Beat talk.